Welcome to step one of the marketing funnel creation series. In step one, we're going to talk real briefly about who you should message. It's an important step before you start building or mapping anything out, is to first think about who the type of person is that you want to message. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is think about the number, the customers that you have for your business. There's lots of different types, but for this exercise, we'll focus on the three most common. So what we would like to do is name the three different types of customers that you have, or the three potential types of customers that you are seeking to market to. And so for each of those, we want to describe three things. We want to really get very specific about one problem that your product or service solves for them, one thing that they are worried about that's connected to your product or service, and then what does winning look like to them? So in other words, in a perfect world related to your product or service, what would a perfect solution be? So think of those three things relative to each of the customer types that you're describing above. And if you can't answer these, it's not uncommon that you might not be able to answer these for every one of them. All that means is that you probably have a little bit of homework to do, and you should take some time to interview your customers or prospective customers to find out these types of things. We'll come back to it later, and the way you describe this will lead to the types of content that we build later on in this series. So to give you a feel, here's an example that you can refer to. So if my business was a cupcake bakery and I wanted to identify the three most common types of customers I get, they might look something like this. The busy professional, right? The problem that they have is that they don't have time to bake. They cannot prepare homemade quality desserts. Their biggest fear is letting special occasions go unmarked because they're busy. And so there's wives, husbands, children, friends, family members that have occasions that are going unmarked because they can't get to it. So the win is to be able to treat family and loved ones quickly, easily, and without much planning. The second one, the social host. This is someone that needs to impress the folks that they are connected with through an event. They fear hosting events without the wow factor, and they do not have significant baking skills. Therefore, they're concerned about not having something special for an event. What would solve things for them would be a variety of sophisticated baked goods that make the host look good and thoughtful and well prepared. And the third one is a health conscious customer who has a problem of sacrificing common tasty treats due to their dietary restrictions. The fear is that these dietary requirements are going to leave them or their loved ones out of special food-centric celebrations. We know that most of the special events of our life are connected to food in some form. So the win here would be a variety of products that cater to their specific health needs, such as gluten-free, sugar-free, low carb. Now, the homework for this video is to list the three different types of customers that are most common for you, along with their top problem, fear, and win. Which customer of those three makes up the largest percentage of your business, and which customer has the most potential for growth? That's it. That's all I want you to do for this assignment. Create that document, create that list, because we're going to use it later on in the remaining videos in this series. Okay, we're on to step two now, where we're going to learn how to create killer lead magnets. This is the piece of content that you're going to offer to your client or prospective client that is so valuable that they're willing to share their email and phone number to access it. So let's get going. How do you create a valuable lead magnet? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to refer to the work that you did in step one, and that profile information about your prospective customers and what they care about what they're worried about and what they're hoping for. Those are the things that you're going to use to brainstorm 5 ideas that would bring incredible value to your customer. This is the most important part of the whole process, because if you don't create something of value, they're not going to be willing to exchange their email and phone number to access it. So once you identify those 5 ideas, you're going to pick one and decide which format would be most powerful. So it might be along the lines of a guide, a list, a video that you create, a template that allows them to format something they do, a how-to, a Q&A, or maybe even a personal visit from you. So try to think about what would be most useful to them that would move them forward in what they're trying to accomplish. Now, some examples of what this might look like could include, if I'm a cupcake bakery, one of the things I might create is an ebook, but not just an ebook of recipes, but an ebook for beginners. So I get very specific into the type of person that's going to help. And included with that is the ability to text my head baker in case you have questions. That's a pretty unique opportunity. So if I'm offering an ebook with cupcake recipes that are not sold in your store and they're geared towards the first-time baker, this is going to allow them to build that skill while they are learning more about your brand and that you care about their passion for baking. And if they get stuck, they've got a baker that they can text for guidance. Second one here is decorating cupcakes like a pro. So you could create a very simple video tutorial on how to decorate cupcakes like a pro. It can cover all kinds of, from advanced to basic techniques, but this positions your bakery as an expert in the field. So that's exactly what you want to be known as. And this also opens the door to potentially offering baking supplies and tools to them. The next is Cupcake Club membership. By offering a membership to a group, say limited to a very small number like 50, a Cupcake Lovers Club where members could receive monthly coupons, but more importantly, like exclusive invites to taste testing events. So when you test out new recipes for your bakery, you can invite them to come by and give their feedback and see these things in advance of the rest of your customer base. So this is a magnet that builds community around your brand, keeps your customers coming back for regular functions, and it creates excitement about new products that you have coming to the bakery. So a great way to enhance loyalty. So for your homework, I want you to define one lead magnet idea that you can create this week. Make sure it is directly targeting one of your top 2 customer targets from step 1, and make sure it addresses one of their problems, fears, or wins, and then create that lead magnet. Then we'll see you in step 3. Okay, welcome back. This is step 3 in the creation of your free marketing funnel. So in this step, we're going to talk through, you've already gathered your audience. You've already decided who you want to message. You've already decided what lead magnet you have created. And now you're going to figure out how to capture contacts. Now, there's a number of different ways you can do this. I'm going to show you simple, free, easy way to do it. If you're going to be processing hundreds or thousands of contacts, you're probably going to want an automated system to do that. But I want to show you how simple and easy it can be just to capture contacts with a free Google form that will teach you just the steps in the process. So let's get going. We're going to create a contact form with Google Forms. We're going to add a permission statement. We're going to customize the confirmation message. We're going to decide whether we make the phone optional or required. And then we're going to create a results sheet. So as people fill out the form and submit their email and phone number, we're going to have a nice, easy document to capture it in. Then you're going to have a link that you can use in any location to allow people to sign up for your lead magnet. So next we're going to hop into Google Forms. So I just go to forms.google.com and I'm going to switch to Brighttrail. And then you just go to create blank form. Now for this, we're going to create a form that allows people to sign up for the Cupcake Lovers Club. So I'm just going to call this Cupcake Lovers Club, right? And then I'm going to just put a little description here to tell people what it's about. And so I've already typed this up. This is going to be your exclusive access to pre-launch taste testings, member discounts, and more. Okay, so all you need to do to get in the club is you need to give me your first name, right? I'm going to make that required. You can't submit the form without submitting your name. I'm going to copy that. You're going to give me your email, right? Again, this is going to be required. Beautiful. I'm going to copy that again, and I'm going to say phone number. Now, in that case, if you are engaging with clients where you're going to need their phone number to deliver on what you're promising, then I would make that required. If it's something if it's a nice to have, I might leave it as not required. That way they can submit it even if they don't want to give you their phone number. All right, so now we've got this created. Next thing we're going to go is to settings. And the only thing I change here is on the responses. So I like to I'd like to uncheck this, right? Does not require sign in. Otherwise, whoever takes that survey will have to log into Google to submit it. So I turn that off, right? And then I'm going to go to, where is responses, presentation. Yeah, under presentation, there's confirmation message. It just means once they submit the form, they're going to get a quick message that says your response has been recorded. I'm going to turn this off too. I don't want them to be able to submit another response. So here, I just want to customize the message so it feels a little more personal. So I'm going to change that message to, congratulations, you're in. Please check your email for your free membership details to the Cupcake Lovers Club, right? So now when they submit it, they will get that response. Now we're pretty much done. So all we really need to do now is preview it. So if I come in here, I can see, okay, this is what the user will see, Cupcake Lovers Club, describe what this form is for, soliciting first name, email, and phone number. So I'm going to fill that out. Jim, my email, jim@brighttrail.biz, and my phone number, 732-644-0797. Okay, I'm going to submit that. All right, and you see now we've got our confirmation message. Congratulations, you're in. Great. So now we've submitted an entry. The next step is going to be, I'm just going to name this here, Cupcake Lovers Club. So the form is called that. So the next thing I'm going to do is go to responses. Now, Google Forms will capture your responses here, but what I like to do is create a link to Sheets. And if you click that link and say, create a new spreadsheet, it will create a Google Sheet that lists the time your form was submitted, the name, the email address, and the phone number. Now, the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to add message number 1, message number 2, message number 3. And that's for later on in the process when we actually start sending out emails to them. I want to be able to track, have I sent message number 1, have I sent message number 2, or message number 3 as part of my SIP campaign. But we'll get to that later. But as people enter and fill out your form, they're going to roll up right here on this document. So you'll always be able to go here and see who has filled out your form and what their contact information is. So that is pretty much it. You've created your question, you've requested the name, email, and phone. There's one more thing you need to do here, which is we're going to add a permission statement. So if I click that little T here, it's going to allow me to add some copy. And so what I want to do is add a permission statement that says, hey, by submitting this form, you agree to receive occasional messages and offers from Cupcakes Unlimited, right? We do not sell and never share your information. And there. Now, if we preview it now, you can see there's first name, email, phone number, and then this permission message. So that when I capture this, I have the user's permission. They know by submitting it that I will message them with information about Cupcakes Unlimited. I'm also promising that I'm not going to sell or share their information with anyone else. So now the form is done. All you really need to do, I'm going to close that out, preview. All you really need to do is get the link. And you get the link by clicking send. And I'll click the little link icon here. I'm going to shorten it just because I want a shorter link to share. And I'm going to copy it. So now I have this link that I can use in any of my marketing materials or my funnel creation, which we'll do later. But anywhere I drop that link and hit it, it's going to serve this survey. Okay. So I'm going to go back to our, all right. So that is as simple as it gets. You can do this for free. You saw I did it in about 3 or 4 minutes, but your homework for the next phase is I want you to create your own contact form. I want you to create your results sheet, and I want you to just capture the link to your form and save it because we'll use it later. The best thing to do is once you have that link is test it in an incognito browser. That's just a logged out browser just to make sure it displays properly. But you do that and then we'll be ready for step 4. Thanks a lot. All right, welcome to step 4. In this step, we're going to learn how to create a simple email campaign that delivers a ton of value to the prospective customer that signed up and requested your lead magnet. So this is where we'll start. We're going to create a simple 5 email SIP campaign. This is a 5-message email or could be a text message campaign. The first message delivers your lead magnet. So remember, the person raised their hand and said, yes, I want your lead magnet. So we're going to send that to them as promised, and we're also going to introduce ourselves and our business product or service. Messages 2 through 5 are going to follow along the same line, except we're going to deliver even more value, and we're going to explain how the lead magnet can be used in a number of different ways, and any other ways that we can deliver value to that prospective client to get them to engage more deeply with us. And speaking of that, each email will include a soft sell or a call to action or a way that they can engage with us on another level to help build that relationship. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll take a look at the campaign that I created for the Cupcake Lovers Club, which was the lead magnet that we created in the previous step. And so I will show you an example of what one looks like. So here you can see there's 5 emails in this campaign, right? And the first one is a welcome and a delivery of that lead magnet. So this person joined the Cupcake Lovers Club. So we're welcoming them to the club and giving a little taste of why it's in their best interest and why it benefits them. The next email is We Bake You Taste, right? So it talks about the tasting events that we have where they get to try out different cupcakes that we're testing. Email 3 is about the community, about joining a cupcake community, people like yourself that are passionate about baking and cupcakes in particular. So number 4 is free cupcakes. Who doesn't like free cupcakes? So this talks about how you, your frequent buyer program, how you can earn free cupcakes. The next one is birthdays, right? So if you share your birthday with us, we will reward you with a free tiny birthday cake, otherwise known as a cupcake, on your birthday. So those are the 5 messages that we're going to send out. Now, the key here is each one includes that soft sell or that call to action. Some people call it a CTA. Each one allows the reader to take another step. And so in the first one, it's about checking out the new cupcake arrivals, what's coming new to the bake shop. This one, the taste test, lets you check the calendar to see when the next taste test event is. The community one, it lets you know that when the club meets and invites you to join the Facebook group. Free cupcakes, this allows you to click on this and claim your member coupon. And then the birthday cake invites you to tell us what your birthday is so that we can remind you to come by and pick up your free birthday cake, free birthday cupcake. So that's really important. So now you have seen an example of what a campaign looks like. And you might say, that's a lot of work, Jim. How? I don't have time to create that. The beautiful thing about this is I didn't write the vast majority of it. I only made some tweaks to it. I used ChatGPT to create this campaign. And I did that by explaining to it exactly what I wanted. And I said, I need you to create a drip campaign for a user who has signed up for the Cupcake Lovers Club. Can you write a 5-email drip campaign that talks about one reason the club provides value to the member? And then I gave it a description of what the Cupcake Lovers Club was about. So those 2 things, really specific instructions, and then context and background. And it provided this 5-email drip campaign. Now, I went back and I made changes to it, and I punched up the subject titles a little bit, and I added a little bit of personality to each one of these, and added in the calls to action. But 85% of this was really created for me. So the next step here is for you to create your own. So I would encourage you to create a free account, a free ChatGPT account, and ask it to create an email campaign based on the lead magnet that you created in steps 1, 2, and 3. Each email should have a relevant call to action in it. That's an opportunity for the user to engage with you in a deeper level. So think about what those could be. And then the emails, you got to customize them. You got to make them personal. It can't sound like a canned spam message. It's got to be a conversation between you and the member. So make it personal, make it fun, and definitely provide value, something that will make them excited to see your emails when they come across because they know there's something in it for them. All right, so you can get to work now, create your email campaign, and we'll see you in step 5. Okay, welcome to step 5. You made it. What we're going to learn in this step is how to take the 5 email messages that you've created for your SIP campaign and send them out in the most simple and free fashion possible. What we're going to do is we're going to use Gmail to deliver the messages on a one-to-one basis. We're going to turn on a template setting that's going to allow us to create some quick and easy templates in Gmail. We're going to turn on notifications that'll alert you when a new form has arrived. And then we will set up 5 email templates so that you can send emails with the click of a button. Then we're going to test, and we're going to practice scheduling 5 emails for one example. So let's get started. So if you go into Gmail, one of the first things you're going to need to do is go to Settings and go to All Settings, and then go to Advanced. Once there, you'll see this Templates, and most will have it disabled. You just need to enable it and hit Save Changes. Because what that will do is it will give you access to create email templates, which we'll use here in a second. Now, the next thing you want to do is, remember, this is the sheet where people who submit their email or phone number will show up. So this response sheet, one thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to the tools and we're going to go to notification settings and we're going to turn on notifications. So we want to be notified anytime a change is made to this template, and we want to be notified right away. You could simplify this and just get one email per day of everyone that filled out the form. I like to get notified as soon as it happens. So any changes, email right away, hit save, and that's step 2. Now, the third thing we're going to do is now set up our email templates, right? And so in Gmail, if you open an email here, you'll see these 3 dots here at the bottom. If you click them, you'll see templates. And so if you click on templates, you can see I have set up 4 templates already. I've set up number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are the 4 messages, 4 of the 5 messages we're going to send out. So if I come in here and I want to send message number 1, all I do is click the 3 buttons, go to templates, hit message number 1, and boom, fills out the subject line, drops into email, and all I have to do is add the recipient address and name, and then I can schedule or send it out. But we're going to create, I'm going to show you how to create a template right now. So remember in our previous steps, we created 5 email messages for the Cupcake Lovers Club. So I've created 1 through 4, and now I'm going to create number 5 and show you how it's done. So I'm going to copy that message. I'm going to come into Gmail, and I'm going to just start a regular message. I'm going to delete my signature information because I want it to be a totally blank email. And I'm going to paste message number 5. So I'm going to change this to tip number 5. And I'm going to paste that in the subject line. Okay, so now I've got the subject line. I have a placeholder for the member's name. I'm going to go to the 3 dots, click templates. I'm going to click templates, and I'm going to save draft as a template, and then save as new template. So it's saying, oh, do you want me to save this tip number 5? Yes. So I save that. And so now, in the future, if I come in here and I need to send template number 5, there it is. I click template number 5 and it drops everything in ready to go. So now you have all 5 templates ready. The next step will be, let's submit a test form and check the notification. So this is the form that we created in the previous step. I'm going to submit a test form here. Michael at michael.com, and a phone number, and hit submit. Okay, so here's a test submission. Now if we go to my form here, I can see, there it is, Michael at michael.com was just submitted. So someone submitted the form, it gets added to this response sheet, and I should also have a message that a new form was submitted, right? So you basically just get a notification that, hey, there's a new form that's been submitted, someone else requested your lead, and now you know that you've got a task to do. You'll need to go in and set up a 5 email campaign for that person. So now we've pretty much done everything on this list. We've turned on the template setting, turned on the notification setting, we've set up the 5 email templates, we've tested the form and checked the notification, and now we're just going to schedule of 5 emails for that new message that just came in. So Michael@Michael.com came in, and we're going to set up his 5 messages. Now you can see in the form here that I just labeled these 5 columns for each of the messages. So once I send them, his message came in today on the 4/27. So when I set these up, the first message will go out on 4/27. Next one will go out on 4/28. And so now I just have a record of when those messages go out, because if I'm going to follow up with a phone call or after this email campaign completes, I want to know when that finishes. So let's go ahead and set those up now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that email address, right? And I'll come in here, compose. I'm always going to remove this signature information just so I start with a blank email. I'm going to go to templates, number 1, Michael@Michael.com, and I'm going to change this to Michael. Now I could just send it right now, but I typically am going to want to schedule this. So today's the 27th, so I'm going to send it on the 28th, and I like to send mine at 6:30 p.m. One of the ideal windows, and schedule it. So now I've got the first message scheduled, and if I come in here, I can see, look, there's my scheduled emails. Here's message number 1 that will go out. That will go out tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Okay. So now I'm going to schedule message number 2. Again, come into here, go to templates, template number 2. There we go. I'm going to add his email address, add his name. I'm going to schedule this for the 29th. That's 6:30 p.m. Schedule send, right? Again, now I can see I've got email 2 scheduled. All right, again, repeat it. I'm going to send email number 3. Michael, schedule send, pick my time. That one goes on the 30th at 6:30 p.m. All right, there's my 3rd one. Now I'm going to send my 4th one. Go to the templates, message number 4. Hello, Michael. I'm going to schedule this for 1st, 6:30 p.m. And the last one. Template number 5 to Michael. And then schedule for the 2nd, 6:31, close enough. And so now I've got all 5 messages scheduled for Michael@Michael.com. So his first message will go out actually on 4/28, right? Next one will go out on 4/29. And in Sheets, if you just highlight those 2 fields and grab that little button and drag it, it'll update the rest of the date. So now I know that email campaign for him will be complete on 5/2. And that's how you set up an automated drip campaign. Now, this is certainly, there's automation that can be built into these with, if you are managing, more than a few messages a week. If you start to deal with 100 or more messages, you really probably need an automated platform that can automate a lot of this for you, which I can certainly help you with. But this will get you rolling with your very first funnel and do it with virtually no expense, no cost. You can do this with Google Forms, Google Mail, and really it is the simplest way you can execute. You can see the value of it and deliver a complete marketing message to your client that follows on that valuable lead magnet that you created, and now deliver 5 different ways you can use that lead magnet to relay your value proposition and why this client wants to engage in a relationship with you. So we will pause there because the homework for the next section is to enable templates in your Gmail, set up notifications on your responses, build your 5 email templates, test the form, and confirm the notification is working, and then schedule 1 test campaign. Once you do that, you are off and running with your first marketing funnel. I will send 1 follow-up email to kind of recap everything we covered, but that will get you going.